Hey everyone. Something a little less dramatic than the last video I just did. Oh, dramatic's the wrong word. Still getting echoes from it. It's intense maybe. I don't know. I'm just a human being living a human experience, but also can live the energetic experience of many people. I don't think people realize that. Some people don't even realize that any of it's true. They don't believe in themselves as souls, as spirits. When I go into these energies, I can actually feel and see, and you just get lost in it sometimes. And it becomes its own thing. We're very vast, very amazing people. Our souls are beautiful, but also scary as they want to be. And it's a bit cold in here. So that's why it's a bit chilly in the room. You know, I gotta be careful because I gotta disconnect from them children. The things about doing them type of journeys is that if you don't disconnect, you will get echoes, and they'll be louder and louder and louder, and then all you hear is the screaming and the torture, the crying, and you're gonna burst out in tears and not stop crying for hours on end. So I have to disconnect. So I disconnect from the energies of all the children that have suffered, all the children that have been through horrific experiences, and all their souls are now free in heaven. Tasoya no ko tasa. Sorry. It's one of those things that I think people need to understand, that to be a person that does journeys, it's not simply just fun. It's not fun all the time. It can be really, really difficult, very hard to be in that thing sometimes, you know, and sometimes it creates situations that are very, very disheartening and very sad, but also very wonderful. There's a lot of people out there that might look at what I do in many different light. When you go into to heal these places, probably one of the hardest ones I've ever done was Auschwitz. Probably most people don't even watch that video. One of the hardest I did was healing Lucifer's soul. The dark part of his soul was trapped in like a hell experience. The echoes were loud. So the reason I'm saying this is because it's important to understand what it takes to do what I do, and also what to expect, because it's not always about happy, lovely things, but it can be. You can journey in the most beautiful energy and feel absolutely amazing in doing so. You can ignite your soul in such wonderful ways. We're always chosen to help heal the world, and sometimes I get so busy that I have a hard time doing that. And I have to be reminded that as part of my essence, as part of who I am, I'm able to go into these energies and heal them and let them go. But sometimes you find yourself just holding on to it to remind us why it's so important to do that in the first place. The human race can be unbelievably powerful and amazing as one race. So why are we so hung up on race? We are only one. We are many. We're individuals, but we're not meant to be here, there, everywhere, separated. We're meant to work together as one human race. And it's like, why can we not do that? Time and time again, I look at and shake my head. The stuff that's happening in the world right now is absolutely embarrassing. As a person that looks and sees the potential of the human race, and I see what is going on, it's embarrassing. I find it embarrassing. But there's so many people that don't even have a clue what is going on and what they're doing. It's almost like they're walking around making decisions not based on reality at all. And these dark energies that I was just in and things like that, they're creating all this bullshit energy that's making people go insane. They're making people believe in stuff that isn't real, isn't the truth. So you have to stand up to this energy. You have to realize the power of your own soul to see the truth. But there's also, in the other end, there's a bunch of people that are doing the opposite. Like there's untruth on both ends. And then somewhere in the middle, the truth is here and it's jumbled together by all this BS on both sides. So we're stuck filtering out the bullshit and left with what is left. What is that exactly? Freedom of speech. The people that are against freedom of speech right now, it seems to be more of the majority because they're not understanding what they're doing. When I see things like that's happening in the world today, freedom of speech is so human rights, all this stuff is all jumbled together. And it is so under attack right now, and people don't even realize that that's what is going on. How could they not understand? And as a person, you have to sit back and say, okay, people don't realize what they're doing. One of the things I want to say to people, and I asked somebody, a very nice person, I asked them, unvaccinated people. I said that word. Why are you afraid of them? I said, are you afraid of unvaccinated people, actually, is what I said. And they said, yes. And I said, why? I don't know why. What do you mean you don't know why? I honestly don't know why I'm afraid of them. I'll leave that statement alone, because that statement says a lot, doesn't it? You're going to talk about the Spotify, the Joe Rogans, all these people that are trying to just hold on to freedom of speech because they believe in it, are under attack. Racists. Oh, wow. That's a... excuse me. It's one of those things that is like... It is under control. So, being racist is racist, right? So, what does that mean exactly? I don't want to go into the details, but all I know is that there's only certain people that can be racist, but nobody else can. And if you state that, you're racist, even though I'm the farthest from being racist as you possibly could ever be. The reality is we're one race. Wake up, people. Treat everybody the same, everybody equal. As soon as you start making exceptions, you create a mess. And the world's in a mess. The whole thing around this situation that we're in is a mess. We created a massive mess, and it's not getting any better. Freedom of speech is very much under attack. You can't give an opinion. You can't even debate certain topics. Misinformation is the word of the century. It's a cop-out. Misinformation. Who's the one that's saying the information is misinformation? What happens if they are wrong? And the information that they have is incorrect or misleading. See, the problem with that word is that whoever states it is the one that is very much in control of what is being said. So if they say it is correct and they're wrong, then everybody else is going to do something that is incorrect. This is why freedom of speech is so important. The debate is extremely important. You have to look at any situation critically. The problem is that everybody's using other things to cover it up, to try to get their own push agendas through. Do this, do that. I'm embarrassed at our politicians. Embarrassed. We messed this up so bad. It's not even funny, and it's laughable. It's actually laughable how badly we messed it up. So what are we going to do about this? Let's just look at everyone in the world. I know there's people that are racist. I do understand that. It's a shame. It's stupid. But don't take one person's word and turn it into something that is not racism. Don't take people and destroy a person's career over one word. It has gotten so far out of control, it's ridiculous. You say one thing, people are crying on their knees in forgiveness. I made a mistake, I didn't mean to do it, because their whole career is going down the tubes based on one statement. The question is, all these other people that are ruining somebody else's life based on a bullshit statement should be ashamed of themselves. They're the ones that are causing the world to be in such dire straits. Not the person that said one bloody word incorrectly, was taken out of context, or multiple words. Like, the question is, who owns a word? Why is one person allowed to say it and somebody else says, you don't want the goddamn word to exist? Don't say it. Nobody. The N-word's a perfect example. If it was stopped being used by everyone, nobody would even know what it was anymore. It would be something way in the background, not even anybody's thought. But if he keeps throwing it in people's faces, even if you're trying to change the context of the word, it keeps it in play. So stop saying it. So it goes away. It's like one of those things that, well, this word means this to me, and that word means that to you. So I'm just going to keep saying it over and over and over and over and over again. But at the same time, this other person wants it to go away, but I'm going to keep saying it over and over and over again. Is it going to go away? No, because it's constantly in play. What happens is something when you press stop. It stops speaking, and nobody will ever know about it again. If you stop playing a music, in a couple of generations, that music don't even know the song, except the people that originally heard it. But then they're eventually going to die, and the song isn't going to exist anymore. It's the same with the word. So if you don't like the word, stop saying it. And nobody owns a word. It's the way the word is being used in context. If you take the word and you purposely want to degrade somebody, that's different. So we understand that there's things that are bad, things that are good, things that are meant to be. We know there's certain major problems in the world. We know this. But I see good people getting rang and destroyed, manipulated, careers being destroyed because they're good people. because they said something you disagreed with? When did it ever be that you disagreed with somebody that now I'm going to destroy your life because you disagree with me? Who gives you the power to do that? The question is, why does that person even have that power? When did we give power to people that hate, that manipulate, that destroy and love it and enjoy it? This is what we're doing. We're giving in to that energy. We're allowing people to manipulate good people and destroy people's lives simply because they made a mistake. It doesn't even matter if you come back and apologize. It doesn't matter. I could go on and on and on about this topic because it's a very passionate topic of mine, and I got to be very careful what I say, which is stupid. Because I should be able to speak everything that's in my own heart that I think people should hear. It's interesting that you're accused for something just because you talk about it, because you disagree with me. Now I'm the one thing that you're saying that I'm not. But because you're saying I'm that, then I'm that. Who gives you the power to do that? Why are we giving these people the power to do that? When is it okay to destroy a person's life because they made a mistake or they said the wrong thing out of context? When do we take out of context information and make it into something so ridiculously destructive? It's just criminal. It's ridiculous. And it's sad. I make videos like this a lot. I don't share them. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. Because I need to talk and get things off my mind, off my chest. It's interesting. Because I'm going to say Joe Rogan, because Joe Rogan is a pretty good example. Does podcasting, does some damn good podcasts. And I look at what's happening with him and how this is unfolding. So they try this one thing, right? Doesn't work. And all of a sudden now something else happens and they try this. And that doesn't work. Hopefully none of it works because Joe Rogan didn't do anything wrong. The question is, why aren't we hearing about the things that he did right? Why is it we're trying to find something, anything, to destroy this guy's career? What is it that Joe Rogan did that was so terrible? He put people on there that were top of the field. They might said things that people disagreed with. You have the right to disagree. But do you have the right to control information? Do you have the right to control everything that happens? Everything I say, you can't say this or I'm going to destroy your effing life. That's what it's like now. If I say something you disagree with, you're going to destroy my life. You're going to make a person lose their job. So you tell me that attack on freedom of speech isn't serious. You're not looking into the mirror and saying, well, freedom of speech, blah, 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 blah. Misinformation now is the word they say to push forward agendas. Freedom of speech? Misinformation is basically preventing people from having freedom of speech. So you can call it misinformation, or you can call it attack on freedom of speech. There's a big difference between the two, No, there isn't. It's the same thing. Attack of freedom of speech is the misinformation agenda. Let's just call it a different name. Because we can't call it freedom of speech because people know that we're supposed to have that. So let's say, I'm going to say the person's spreading misinformation. Now, because he's spreading misinformation, now I can shut him up. Now I can actually have him do what I want. And if he doesn't, I'm going to destroy his effing life. Because I can do it. And I enjoy it. This is what we are putting in power. People just like that. Anyway, it's my rant about freedom of speech. I can tell you the first person that's going to whine if this actually turns into something much worse is going to be the idiots that were going on and destroying people's lives. They're going to be the first person to complain because they have no rights anymore. They're going to be the first person to complain that they lost their rights. Well, how did that happen? Because that's all they can do is bitch and complain about everything. Because their own lives are in shambles. So they have to destroy other people's lives because they're unhappy within their own souls. And these are the people that we're allowing to jump all over everyone. These are the people that are keeping people from speaking what the truth is, or what they believe the truth is. It's okay to disagree. It's okay to debate a topic. When was it never okay to debate a topic? That's healthy. To take one side of a topic and never allowed to speak about it in any other way is ludicrous, because we should be debating everything, talking about everything, and making informed decisions. How can you make an informed decision if you only ever hear one side? Thank you very much, everyone. And if you wish to do a journey with me, you can visit my website, amonrosawakening.com. And if you just want to listen to me rant sometimes, you can watch some more videos. Take care. Bye.